My treatment tips. What are some tips to improve my treatment experience at the clinic?
First of all, being positive about your treatment, because you have to realize that you're there and this is what's going to help you get through life. So number one thing you should do, watch your liquids, because you will have, amount of fluids that you can intake every day or in between your treatment times, like watching your potassium and your phosphorus. And the other things you should do is take your medication as prescribed, and if you're going to in-center, arrive a little bit before you're supposed to be on, your machine. Be nice to the staff because they're there to take care of you. And the things you should wear, the type clothing, you should wear comfortable clothing, but you should not wear tight clothing, especially wherever your access is. You should wear loose clothing because you don't want to put pressure on your access. You can also, the things that you will bring to dialysis, you can bring a blanket because sometimes it gets cool in the unit. Pillows, you have your cell phones, your iPads. You can bring pencils, pens. If you want to work on your bills while you're there, you can do that. You at a laptop. You want to listen to your music. You got, your MP3 player. You got your CDs. You want to watch a movie. Bring your DVD player. And most units have TVs. I bring puzzles along also because that keeps me busy. I have a bag of things. Sometimes my bag get kind of heavy because I don't want to stick with one thing the whole time that I'm there. So,
What help is there for patients with a fear of needles?
I had trouble with needles my first time. Not a fan, never have been. I was going through anxiety, frustration, but when I found out there was a cream to deaden the pain from the needles, Embla cream, ask your doctor to prescribe a cream for you not to feel the needles. And I believe, same as me, I had a better time on dialysis when I got that cream, and used it ever since, and my mood changed, my anxiety, my frustration decreased.
How do you add flavor to your renal diet?
I cook a lot. I love to cook, and I'll use Mrs. Dash instead of any salt, or a little bit of sea salt. Use a lot of fresh herbs, rosemary, thyme to add flavor. Onion adds a lot of flavor.
How can I be successful on dialysis?
It depends on you. And, if you're wanting to live and go forward, then definitely listen to the doctors, listen to the social workers, and the dietitian, because they're there to help you keep being who you are on dialysis.
How do you deal with everyday challenges?
I try to stay positive through this whole experience. I blog, so that actually helps kind of release my emotions and try to keep an attitude positive. And I'm, able to help others that are facing the same challenges. And the more you surround yourself with people that are positive, and my faith keeps me positive that I believe God heals, and I'm looking for Him to heal me completely. So I would say, yes, it improves over time, but it's a choice, and I choose to be happy.
What can your care team do to help you get through your treatment?
As a patient in a hemo unit, it makes me feel good when the nurse comes up to me and says, "You're doing good on your weight, your phosphorus is down," and they compliment you. They make you feel like, you're an important person. A little praise goes a long way.
Can I still travel while on dialysis?
if you feel like you want to travel, you need to get a hold of your social worker, no matter what type of dialysis you're doing, in-center, home dialysis. let them know as soon as possible that you know you want to take a vacation. They will do all the paperwork for you, and usually you need to let them know exactly where you're going so they can get you in a unit closest to where you're going to be staying. They require such things as your lab work, say your last 3 runs on treatment, those type things, and they will try and get you also the times that you would want to dialyze. Say you need to go to a wedding at 1 o'clock. They will try to dialyze you that morning. You have to let them know all the information that you can where they can help you better. There's nothing to be afraid about traveling. It's going to feel a little funny at first because you're used to the people who take care of you on a routine basis. But every place I've been, everybody has done a good job in taking care of you. So don't be afraid to travel.
I love to travel.
We have all the equipment in our home that we need to do the dialysis treatments, and we take our dialysis machine with us when we want to travel.
We have traveled all over the United States with our machine, plus we even went to the Mexican Riviera on a cruise.
How can I lead the best quality of life while on dialysis?
First, you need to recognize that your life has value and that you should count your blessings for where you are right now. And you should make a list of the things that you're grateful for. Some people write a journal to keep up with their progress. And these things help you make you feel better when you feel that you come from so far. And you should, if you still have a job or able to work, you should still go ahead and do that. And you should live outside of dialysis. For instance, you can begin each day with a plan. If it's nothing more than read a book. Call someone you haven't talked to for a long time. Or you could help somebody if that's nothing more than taking them for a doctor's appointment. Start a hobby or start a project. Volunteer. Say maybe volunteer to help out at a food kitchen. You can also attend events like festivals, and if you have kids or grandkids that play ball, go to those type things, concerts, so it sort of keep yourself busy. And you should also learn all that you can about your type of disease, what caused your renal failure, because knowledge is power. The more that you know about your disease and how to take care of yourself, the better off that you are.
How have you dealt with anxiety while you are on dialysis?
When it comes to anxiety, you don't want to go anywhere that you feel you're going to get stuck with something or your fear is going to come alive, because it's going to be harder for you to be on a treatment for 3 to 4.5 hours. So I asked the doctor and he prescribed me lorazepam. But that depends on the person. I pretty much took deep breaths. When it was time, pretty much cleared my mind because, I don't need to have a worse time on dialysis than I already have for 3 hours and 15 minutes. I just wanted to have it go by quickly and go on with my daily life.